great privileges as a local member, as everybody in this place I'm sure agrees, is going out to local community organisations and meeting some extraordinary people doing remarkable things, and these individuals think that they're not that remarkable at all is the most extraordinary thing about them, I think.
Yeah.
And it's terrific to see and talk to these community organisations, whether they be sporting organisations, local RSLs, local clubs, local support groups, charities. They're all doing a remarkable job in our local communities and providing that cohesion in our society, and it's an incredibly valuable role. And as we know, most of them are volunteers. Most of them are putting their own time into these roles and doing wonderful things. So I want to talk about a few of the organisations in my community that have been in receipt of Stronger Communities grants in recent weeks. I want to start with the Olympia Football Club. This is a female change rooms grant of $19,000 for Warrior Park, it's called, in my electorate. I think it's a great name for a women's soccer team or football team. Olympia Football Club is a well-established soccer club in Hobart, and it's seen significant growth in recent years, and it's established on the eastern shore of Hobart in my electorate. Indeed, it reflects the trend in my electorate, Deputy Speaker, that saw 21% of households directly involved in soccer or football last year in my electorate. So that means that 1 in 5 people in my electorate are somehow involved in this sport, which I think is pretty extraordinary. Olympia now has over 320 players across 27 teams, and the grant will assist the club in reaching its goal of completing a $1 million project in its electorate to provide these change rooms. They'd already received some money from the state government, but this is a terrific project, and I want to congratulate on the record all of those dedicated volunteers, the players, the members, the parents, the family members that are involved. It's a terrific sporting club, and they're doing some great work. The next organisation I want to talk about is the Signet Association. They received a grant recently for $8,225 for the installation of a water station at Lagoon Park at Signet. The water station supplies filtered water through a water bubbler, as well as stations to fill water bottles. It has hands-free activation, which is particularly important in COVID, as we know, to promote good hygiene practices. The Signet Association aims to encourage good hydration in the Signet community and help improve overall health, whilst also helping to reduce waste and plastic pollution by cutting down on the purchasing of the plastic water bottles. So I was pleased to be able to support this grant, and I want to congratulate Patrick Singe and the members of the Signet Association for putting this grant application forward and for the extraordinary work that they do supporting our local community in the township of Signet. The other one that I want to talk about now is the Lindisfarne Junior Football Club. $3,500 was a grant provided to them to replace and update the club's jumpers, driven again by an increase in female participation in the sport. So it's wonderful that these new jumper designs will ensure consistency amongst all the teams of the Lindisfarne Football Club. Now 22 teams playing in the same jumpers at Anzac Park club rooms that are also being redeveloped in 2023. And I've been a proud supporter of the Lindisfarne Junior Football Club for many years. Over 300 players playing at Anzac Park, as I said, close to where I live, Deputy Speaker, and of a night time and certainly of a weekend. I can see the lights on Anzac Park of a night, and I can hear the noise coming from the families and the community accessing that sporting facility. It's a wonderful thing to see, and of course I have in the past sponsored some of the players at the football club. So it's wonderful to be able to be supporting the grant of $3,500 to support the club's own fundraising efforts, where they have fundraised a very significant amount of money, which has been very difficult, as we know, for community organisations, particularly during COVID, where they haven't been able to hold a lot of events. So I want to congratulate Alana James and the entire team at the Lindisfarne Junior Footy Club for all the work that they do in ensuring players and families have a great time playing the sport that they love so much. I want to make a quick mention also of the Rotary Club of Lindisfarne, $3,900 to purchase gardening equipment and a new lawnmower at the Risdon Vale Neighbourhood Centre, which is where it'll be based to provide maintenance in the garden and the surrounds. And it was a real pleasure to go out there and to have a look at this new gardening equipment and talk to them about why they wanted to be able to provide this equipment for the local community garden run by the Neighbourhood Centre. And it's providing fresh produce to local community members and also to the Neighbourhood Centre to cook fresh meals, which they do on a regular basis for local community members. So great small amounts of funds going and being matched by local community organisations, by volunteers, and it shows what a great place the electorate of Franklin is to live, Deputy Speaker.